borrowed money, all of it is owned by Allah Azza wa Jalla. And what's the evidence for that? You come into this world with nothing. Allah gives you some rizq. It's a test. It's an amana. How do you use it? How do you earn it? How do you spend it? Did you donate? Did you not donate? Did you help the people around you? You know the people in your neighborhood who need help. Did you help them? Or did you hide it and make it look like, no, I don't have anything? And then after you live this life, you die and you leave with nothing. So you collected all this temporary wealth for what? That's why you see the wisest scholars, some of them, they didn't even have money to pay zakat, but they were multi-millionaires. Why? They kept donating. And that's the reason they had so much wealth. Allah Azza wa Jalla keeps giving it back to them. Let alone in this dunya, in this world, in the hereafter, what is this person going to see? But we're the type of people that we want to hide. And unfortunately, during this pandemic, a lot of people were nervous about what's going to happen with the economy. So they had $50,000, $60,000 in the bank account, and there were some brothers and sisters who lost their job. And they said, can you help me? And this person's like, well, no, not right now, Akhi, it's a rainy day. It says, you don't know what's going to happen. And then they hide it. And they hide it. And this is not the characteristic of a Muslim. That you only donate during the good times. You need to be able to donate during the bad times too. You need to be able to help all of the Muslim brothers and sisters around us. Something very, very important. One of the scholars said, this person also occupies his time so much that he busies himself throughout the day. He has no time for ibadah. He rushes his prayers real quick and then just runs back to his business making. So much so that he thinks about it that when he's sleeping like a rotting corpse, he said. And all he's doing is thinking about that too. And this is not the Muslim way. You do your part while at the same time you have tawakkul on Allah. This is something that is of the characteristic of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if that's not good enough, you indulge in it so much that you eventually stop doing all of the things that Allah Azza wa Jalla told us to do. And you think your wealth will avail you. That Allah Azza wa Jalla says, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَ. That this person thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. It's true. Let's not make this up. You see what's going on with all of the indigenous people getting harmed by wealthy people. They live in another set of laws, another set of rules. You look at multimillionaires when they get convicted for murder, stealing, all this other stuff. They don't follow the same rules we follow. They're above that for some reason. We even hear that they get special jails, right? That they get apartments and hotels or whatever when they do something wrong or against the law. They make themselves feel immortal, that they're above everyone else. But Allah Azza wa Jalla warns them as well, that they think that this wealth will avail them. Maybe you think you can bribe somebody else in the dunya. There's no bribes in the akhirah. There is no bribes. They think they're going to pay somebody off. There is no bribes. And Allah Azza wa Jalla even says that in the next verse. Kalla, no way that this money is going to do them anything. لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. That they will be thrown into the hutama. They will be thrown. Not you're going to enter, you're going to walk, you're waiting your turn, you got a ticket. You're going to be thrown into al-hutama. What is al-hutama? The crusher. Allah Azza wa Jalla gave Jahannam many names. Many names. And when Allah gives many names to something, He's giving you a warning about it. A warning. Or He's honoring it. In this case, a warning. We all think that the hellfire is just burning. You see some shows, you walk on hot coal, you run quick. Allah says it's also the crusher. It crushes the people that come in there. May Allah protect us. And thrown down, far in the depths beneath of hell. Ali radiallahu anhu, he said Jahannam will be stacked like this. And he did his hands. The worst on top of the worst on top of the worst. Down. It's only down. It's no elevation in Jahannam. And Allah is warning us about this. He said the crusher. And then if that's not enough, Allah is going to tell us in the next verse, what's going to make you think? What's going to make you change? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. What will make you realize what the crusher is? What will make you realize that you need to change your lifestyle? That it's not enough that you pray. It's about how you're harming and transgressing around the people around you. It's your dealings with yourself. You see, notice the tartib in this chapter. Allah Azza wa Jal first detests the people who are harming others. And then He detests the people who think they're not harming others, but they're harming themselves. They're harming themselves. And Allah Azza wa Jal still, this is detestable, because Allah Azza wa Jal sees everything you're doing. You might hide the wealth and isolate it from everyone else. Allah sees everything. So He's warning us also about the things that we're doing that the people might not know. And He warns us about the crusher. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. And what will make you know what the crusher is. And then Allah Azza wa Jal just says, نَارُ اللَّهِ الْمُوقَدَةِ. Allah Azza wa Jal says, and it is the fire of Allah, eternally and forever fueled. Forever. It doesn't go away. It's not like the fire that you know of the dunya, that we see here, that you read, that some even scientists say the sun eventually will burn out. This fire never burns out, eternally fueled. And it keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the scholar said if this wasn't enough to get us to change, that's why Allah just says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. Then if this is not enough to warn you about what's coming, what is? What will make you change? May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from hellfire. Ameen. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from backbiting, Ameen. From stealing, from harming other people. Ameen. And may Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to use this wealth in a way that is beneficial towards us and that is pleasing to Allah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa aqulu qawli hadha wa astaghfirullaha lakum ya Rabbil Alameen. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. Allah Azza wa Jal tells us very importantly about the fuel of hellfire and where it's directed towards. He says, التي تطلع على الأفئدة, that this hellfire is directed towards something and it will consume the human body until it gets to the target. Al-Af'idah, which is what? The hearts. Until it gets to the hearts. And one of the scholars, they said that it will consume the body and devour and devour and devour until it reaches the heart, and then it will return to the throat, and Allah Azza wa Jalla will recreate that body, and they will continuously have that punishment. May Allah Azza wa Jalla protect us. Amen. Why the heart though? Out of all the body parts, why the heart? Because the scholars said that to use this dunya, to use this worldly life in a way that you do not allow the dunya to enter your heart. You should go out, you should earn money, you should find wealth, you should do everything you can. Get your degrees, get your job, educate, help the people around you, but do not allow any of these materialistic things to enter your heart. Use them, keep them in your hand so that you can benefit yourself in the akhirah. Right? There's two extremes we go to here for some reason. You got some Muslims that they go on the far extreme. They say, no, the dunya, and they stay completely away from it. They hide in the basement, they pray their qiyam, and they never interact with anyone else. That is not the Muslim way. Allah Azza wa Jalla did not tell us that. He didn't say hide in the basement and pray qiyam. He said this religion needs to be taught to everyone around us. They need to understand what Islam is. Then they have the other people who are like, oh, look at those religious people. They just want us to keep donating to them. This whole religion's messed up. I'm Muslim because my mother and father's Muslim, but I'm going to do my thing. Get the complete opposites, but there is a perfect middle ground, which is the Quran and Sunnah. Just follow it to the T, and you will find yourself a perfectly balanced individual, carrying yourself all throughout the walks of life. التي تطلع على الأفئدة. That Allah Azza wa Jalla will direct it to the heart. That Allah gave you wealth, keep it here, don't allow it to enter your heart. إنها عليهم مؤصدة. That Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned, that upon them they will be entering into cast iron pillars. Pillars. You see, thought it was an open space. Cast iron pillars that will be closed on them. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu had mentioned upon him when he said, في عمد ممددة, that he said that they will be entering the pillars stretched forth so high, and there will be columns over them with chains around their necks, and the gates of hell will be shut upon them. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us, Ya Rabbi. See, one of the things, if you ever survey any of the individuals who came out of prison, they tell you what is the worst thing that happened in prison. You know what they'll tell you? Solitary confinement. You get thrown into the hole for 30 days, you really start to lose it. You lose it completely. And here, we thought Jahannam, you see, Allah's giving us these descriptions that we didn't really think about. Allah's telling you, you think that it's just this open place you're running around getting burned. Allah is just saying, even for the worst of people, they'll get these cast iron pillars that's blazing fire inside of them that they cannot see in front of them. Complete darkness, Allah Azza wa Jal mentions. Complete darkness and torture, isolated from everyone else, and they're in their own solitary confinement in Jahannam. The scholar said, look at the analogy that Allah gave. These type of people who consume so much wealth and they hide it from everyone, they don't like to have, these people really don't have true friends. Look at them. Those people don't have true friends. They isolated themselves from everyone. And like they isolated themselves in the dunya, Allah Azza wa Jalla will isolate them in the akhirah. They did that to themselves. It is what they earned with their deeds. It is what they earned with what they did in the dunya. And this is why Allah Azza wa Jalla, it's a lesson for us. Do not think that just because you hit it, you counted it, you collected it, that this is going to benefit you or avail you in any way, shape, or form. Rather, these pillars are pillars of hell, are the pillars of hell with no escaping. No escaping. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, he said it will be shut upon them and they will not be able to exit again. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us, Ya Allah. May Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to donate when we don't recognize that we should. Nobody's asking you in the middle of, this is not the middle of Ramadan where the imam or somebody's going to tell you, donate to the masjid. This has to be a trait of a Muslim. We automatically do it. We see some of the community members around us, they need wealth. We immediately try to help them out in a way we possibly can. We need to stop backbiting our Muslim brothers and sisters. Stop talking about them negatively. No matter what, just hold the tongue. One of the worst things that will allow a Muslim to get tortured on the Day of Judgment. I ask Allah Azza wa Jalla that He allows this khutbah to benefit us in the dunya as well as the akhirah. I ask Allah Azza wa Jalla that He allows us to not die as hypocrites. That He does not allow us to live without enacting this message in our lifetime. Allahumma ahdina fi man hadayt, wa afina fi man afayt, wa tawallana fi man tawallayt. Allahumma barik lana fi ma atayt. Allahumma ighfir lana wa liwalidina. Allahumma ighfir lana wa liwalidina. Allahumma rizqna rizqan halalan mubarakan tayyiban fi. Allahumma rizqna rizqan halalan mubarakan tayyiban fi. Amin ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa hadhihi da'wana alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salli ala Muhammad wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Wa qimu as-salat. Yarhamni wa yarhamkumullah. Wa salli ala Muhammad wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Even though we're far apart, try to make sure the line is as straight as possible. Easiest way is to line up the back of your foot towards that line. May Allah accept from us. And afterwards, again, brothers, please make your way outside of the masjid with no shaving, just to comply with the masjid's requirement. Allahu Akbar. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless our brothers and sisters with good health. First of all, a big congratulations to our brother Ibrahim. Him and Sister Salma got married last Sunday. So alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them with a good life in this world and good life in the hereafter. Protect their marriage. I mean, inshallah, Brother Baker, Jazakallah Khair, he'll be continuing every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on social media. We'll be having an NIE fireside chat, so you can join him on YouTube, inshallah, every Thursday night at the NIE platform for the NIE fireside chat at 8 o'clock every Thursday night. Inshallah, we'll be discussing different topics. Also, inshallah, just remember to continue the contribution, inshallah, in the donation box when you leave it. And also, inshallah, next Saturday we'll be having a barbecue on the outdoors, inshallah. So families can pass by, you know, and collect some stuff and hang around with it. Inshallah, we'll do the social distancing and so on. So next Saturday, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless us all and keep us safe. Jazakumullah khairan.